Hi guys, so I've been debating about whether to post a video or not, but I felt the need to share my experiences of not being okay. So everyone knows on Friday there was a concert here in Hamden, Connecticut. I was one of the people in attendance. There was hundreds of people in attendance for that concert with Fat Man Scoop. Um, I had posted earlier that day about the concert because I was going through Facebook, and in our community group there were people asking about what was going on at the Green, who was going to be there, and when someone put Fat Man Scoop, other people were commenting like, "Oh, is that part of the movie series that's coming to the Green? Who is that person?" Da, da, da. So I was tickled by that because as someone who is a hip hop person, I'm like, how can you get through like the 2000s without hearing a Fat Man Scoop if you know hip hop, right? So he's very influential in that sector with a lot of um, dope ad libs, party, get you amped up with so many different artists, songs. And so I was just kind of tickled that some people did not know. And granted, I understand people did not know, but I was one of the persons who was in attendance. There was hundreds of us that was in attendance for that event that night. And I wanted to do this video because I feel that a lot of us have a shared experience that will probably impact you and probably will leave an impression on you going forward. And it could be a shared trauma, because even though hundreds of us was um, in that experience, everyone might process it differently. Some people may be traumatized, some people may be fine. And I know for myself that night after leaving, because I was in the back of the crowd. I was sitting up on the hill. It was a big grass area. So I sat away from the crowd. I was dead center in the stage because I had arrived there a little earlier to get a good seat on that hill part so I can like really see. Um, and so for us up in that area, once things took a turn, we were unsure of what had happened. There's been videos circulating around of, him actually going up to the DJ stand and collapsing. And from that point on, that's when the other DJs from the radio station that was hosting started taking over the event. So for us up in further back, we weren't for sure. I remember thinking, because I remember seeing him take off his shirt doing a performance, and I thought I saw him like go up to the booth, but then I thought I saw him like run down the side or something. So I was kind of confused. So I was like, oh, maybe he's changing his shirt or something like that, or what have you for the other half of the event. And so next thing you know, we're hearing like emergency vehicles, and we're like, okay, we hope that he's okay, because at this point it's only like 8:20 or something, and the concert was supposed to go on to 9, and we're like, well, we're hoping that whoever it is okay. We did not realize it was him. At least for us up in the back of the event, we didn't realize it was him. I was taking videos at various portions during the show, as I always do. If you know me, I like to attend hip hop events. I attend so many festivals and things like that, concerts, and I'm always filming and posting videos onto Facebook or onto Instagram. Sometimes I'll go live and things like that. And so, at the point I was just, still just taking certain, videos, because we did not know what had happened at that point. So once the paramedics came and the fire department and all these people who had showed up, we were like, okay, something has happened. So they finally made an announcement that, he passed out because he was, it was so hot on the stage. And they still just kept going on with the show, going on with the show, just playing music. So we're still like, okay, we hope that he's okay, you know. And then there was a point where someone came on, and one of the DJs came on, and he started praying. And so all of us in the audience was just praying and praying and praying. It wasn't chaotic. It was not any pandemonium happening or anything like that. Um, everyone just was very concerned about him being safe. And once they told us, okay, we're going to end the show, get home safely, keep him in your thoughts and prayers, and yada, yada, yada. We left the show, went back to our cars and left. Once I got home is when I just could not get my mind off. I wanted to know, like, is he okay? Is he okay? Because the one thing that did not happen, from what I can remember, is hearing the paramedics leaving, right? And so I just kept thinking to myself, like, I really hope he's okay. So that night, Friday night, it was difficult for me to go to sleep and to shut my phone off, because I was just like, okay, I need to know. Saturday morning, the same thing. I'm like, I need to know. And then there's things that started to pop up on Instagram and Facebook and things like that. And then officially it was announced that he passed away. And his family posted it on his Instagram, and people started posting and reposting and reposting. And so I found myself trying to process what happened, trying to process what I had experienced that evening with so many other people in that audience. And so as I was going through like Facebook, I saw a DJ here in Connecticut sharing his story about the DJ that was also DJing that night with Fat Man Scoop, was saying that, I guess, either as he was passing out or something, when he was going back up on the DJ booth, or at some point, he said to him, keep the music going. And as that DJ here in Connecticut was, playing a tribute to Fat Man Scoop and just talking about how infectious his music was and how so much of a good person he was, and just sharing stories, I'm like, okay, I have to process this. Now, I know Fat Man Scoop, but not to the extent that other people know Fat Man Scoop, right? But again, I had a shared experience that day of this person passing out and passing away, and so I had to process this thing, and I'm like, okay, I'm looking at my videos and things like that. I'm like, okay, the beginning of the show, it was so great, so much energy. Even before he came out, they were talking about, oh, it's a family reunion, and people were electric sliding and just really amping up the crowd for him to come on. And as he came on, again, the energy, the infectiousness of his ad-libs and things like that was definitely, part of who he is, right? And so I posted that video too on my Instagram to kind of help me process that night, that even though, and not to take away the fact that he passed away, which is so tragic, and people were saying, he died doing something that he loved to do. And the fact that his last words, as the other DJ was saying, his last words pretty much was, keep the music going. And, wow. I attend so many concerts, from, old school hip hop concerts and things like that. And, people put their all into their craft and to give the audience something. And the fact that he was, thinking about the audience more so than himself in that moment, I'm not for sure, just kind of processing here. But I posted that video to help myself process. So at some point on Saturday, I started to say to myself, I'm not okay. And so I wake up on Sunday morning, which is today. I go to church, and on my way to church, I'm saying to myself, I'm not okay. I'm going through the videos, and I'm like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. And after church, I went to Target, and one of my therapist friends, she texted me, and she was like, hey, I saw that you was at that Fat Man Scoop concert, who, you know, where he passed away. And she asked, are you okay? And I said to her, no, I'm not okay. I'm still trying to process this thing. You know, and so that's where I'm at right now. And everyone that attended that concert, maybe at different stages and things like that as to what had happened. I had other people check in on me. My daughter's boyfriend, who had not heard of Fat Man Scoop, because when I posted the first Instagram post before the concert, he sent in my inbox. He was like, hey, I'd never heard of him. And so he put in my inbox this morning, like, you know, I'm so sorry about what happened, that you experienced that at that concert. I would love for you to put me onto his music. Him and I, we're always putting each other on to different music. And so it's been, you know, these past 2 days of just trying to process what happened, and the fact that I can say as a therapist, I'm not okay. I'm not okay, that I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm not going to say I am traumatized, but I'm definitely impacted. I'm definitely impacted by it. And so, you know, I will be processing it, talking about it. And I thought I would use this space to also invite for people to remind people it's okay to not be okay. Talk to people about your feelings when you're not okay. Even if there's a large, like, shared experience that could be traumatic for you, you know. So yeah, just reach out if you were in that concert. Reach out to a therapist, talk about your feelings, things like that. You know, I am grateful that I have people around me who has been checking in on me. So I just wanted to share that experience with you all, and just to say, utilize resources as appropriate as you need them. And again, it's okay not to be okay right now if you experienced it. Peace.